It is the day before the most critical showdown in the legal saga of the year. And if you are watching this, you need to understand that the atmosphere in the Federal High Court in Abuja is not just tense, it is explosive. The headline you saw is a warning shot fired directly from the bench. Justice Omotosho angry. Nnamdi Kanu might not leave Sokoto Prison tomorrow. This is the reality staring us in the face as we count down to tomorrow, Monday, December 8, 2025. The judge has drawn a line in the sand, and the implications for Nnamdi Kanu are terrifying. We are broadcasting this special pre-hearing deep dive today, Sunday, December 7, 2025, to prepare you for what could be a crushing disappointment or a miraculous breakthrough tomorrow morning. We are analyzing the palpable anger of Justice James Omotosho, the strict legal hurdles that stand between Kanu and a return to Abuja, and the chilling possibility that the lion will be kept caged in the northwest while his lawyers argue to an empty dock. We are going to look at the clash between convict rights and defendant rights, the logistical nightmare of a 700-kilometer transfer through bandit-infested territory, and the burning question on everyone's mind: why don't they just want him to appear publicly for some reason? To understand the judge's mood, we have to revisit the drama of last Thursday, December 4. That courtroom session was not a normal hearing, it was a dressing down. Justice Omotosho was visibly displeased when Kanu's younger brother, Prince Emmanuel, stood up to represent him because there was no lawyer present. The judge's rebuke was sharp and stinging. You cannot represent a human being when you are not a lawyer. But his anger wasn't just directed at the brother. It was directed at the legal team, specifically Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. The judge warned Ejimakor against misleading the public by claiming Kanu must be present to compile appeal records. This warning is the key to tomorrow. By stating on record that a convicted's presence is not required for administrative processes, Justice Omotosho has already laid the legal groundwork to deny the production warrant. He has signaled that he sees the demand for Kanu's physical presence as a delay tactic or a media stunt, not a legal necessity. This brings us to the Sokoto reality. Kanu is currently serving a life sentence in the Sokoto Medium Security Custodial Center. He is a convict, not a suspect awaiting trial. This change in status is what the judge is harping on. A defendant has the right to be in court for his trial. A convict does not automatically have the right to be in court for post-conviction motions, unless the judge orders it. And right now, the judge seems reluctant to give that order. This reluctance feeds directly into the fears of the Southeast. If the judge refuses to sign the warrant for tomorrow, Kanu stays in Sokoto, the 700 kilometers distance remains a barrier, the isolation continues, and the Sokoto trap tightens. But why the reluctance? This is where we must ask the question: why don't they just want him to appear publicly for some reason? Is it just about legal procedure, or is there something else? We haven't seen Nnamdi Kanu since the judgment day on November 20. No photos, no videos, just reports from Governor Oti and his brother. The refusal to bring him to Abuja fuels the ghost prisoner conspiracy theory. Is the government afraid that his appearance will reignite the protests in Abuja? Are they afraid he will say something incendiary to the press? Or are they hiding his physical condition? If he appears frail or injured, the visual impact will be devastating for the government image. By keeping him in Sokoto, they control the narrative. They keep him as a voice without a face. We also have to talk about the logistics of fear. Moving a high-profile prisoner like Kanu from Sokoto to Abuja is a massive military operation. It requires aircraft, armored convoys, and hundreds of personnel. And let's not forget the Lakurova factor. The road from Sokoto to Abuja passes through some of the most dangerous territories in Nigeria, currently under siege by this new terror group. The government might be arguing, privately, that moving him is a security suicide mission. They could claim that the risk of an ambush or a jailbreak attempt on the highway is too high. This security risk excuse is the perfect cover to keep him locked away. However, the counter-argument is equally strong. Kanu's motion is clear. He cannot effectively prosecute his appeal from Sokoto. His lawyers are in Abuja. The court registry is in Abuja. The 700 kilometers distance makes legal consultation impossible. If the judge denies the transfer, he is effectively telling Kanu, you have a right to appeal, but we will make it physically impossible for you to exercise that right. This will be a denial of fair hearing by geography. It would confirm the suspicion that the transfer to Sokoto was punitive, designed to cut him off from justice. The stakes for tomorrow are incredibly high. If Kanu appears, it will be a moral booster for his supporters. It will prove he is alive and well. It will allow him to speak to his new lawyers directly. But if the dock is empty, if the DSS and Correctional Service fail to produce him, citing logistics or lack of warrant, it will be a crushing blow. It will signal that the iron curtain has fallen permanently. The judge's anger suggests that he is tired of the theatrics and wants to stick to the cold letter of the law, which unfortunately for Kanu, favors the state in this instance. We are also watching the political angle. Governor Alex Otti and the South-East Caucus has been pushing for a political solution. Some believe that bringing Kanu to Abuja for this hearing could be the first step in that solution, a way to move him closer to the negotiating table. If he remains in Sokoto, it suggests that the hawks in the presidency are still winning and the hardline approach of punishment over reconciliation is still the order of the day. So, as we wait for the sun to rise in Abuja, prepare yourselves. We might see a courtroom drama where lawyers argue with an empty chair. We might see a judge who is in no mood for excuses. And we might see a nation realizing that the man they call Uwamadeke is farther away than ever before. What do you think? Is the judge right to follow strict procedure, or should he use his discretion to bring Kanu to Abuja for the sake of justice? And do you believe the government is hiding him for a reason? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We will be tracking the court proceedings live tomorrow.